Alright everyone, in this video we're going to change oil in a 2017 Ford Explorer. Safety is always first, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to always, regardless if we jack up a vehicle or not, always block the wheels. And since we're going to be working from the front, we're going to block the rear wheels. Okay, so now that we have the wheels chalked, the next thing we need to do is to jack the vehicle. And you may ask yourself, what's the best way to jack the vehicle up? Well, you can go in from the front and hit the chassis, but my jack, I'm not going to do that. It sits a little bit too low for me to bother with that. I don't want to damage anything in the front, so I'm on the right side of the vehicle. I just want to show you. I want to put the jack here, and I have two jacks, so I'm just going to jack it up on both sides. I'm going to use this brace, and I'm going to use a jack stand. Since I will be going underneath the vehicle, I'm going to use a jack stand. I'm going to put the jack stand underneath the brace here. So never get underneath a vehicle. Never ever be underneath a vehicle without jack stands. Never trust a jack. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it at the brace. And make sure you never ever try to use the floor or even use the side here. Do not hook your jack onto that. You don't want to do any body damage. Only thing you want to do is just change your oil. Alright, so we're gonna go underneath the vehicle here, and let me show you exactly where I put the jacks. I put them right underneath the frame, just for safety. Always play it safe. Just want to show you where I put it. Or you can put it, if you have smaller jack stands, you can put them underneath the brace here on both sides. Okay, so here is the oil filter, and what I love about this vehicle and this oil filter, you can actually screw it off with your hand, and the oil plug will be right back here, and it takes a 15 millimeter socket. That's all you need, a 15 millimeter socket with a ratchet or a wrench to break it loose. All right, I guarantee you we can just take this off with our hand. Yep. So you really don't need a filter wrench with this, and that's what I love about it. And when you put it back on, just put it back on with your hand. Do not put it on with a filter wrench. If you have a good grip on your hand, just make sure it's good and tight. Keep your rag nearby. May need to keep a couple of rags nearby if you make a mess like I do. Okay, I have said on a couple of other videos that the vehicle, when you change a oil filter, make sure that this ring where my thumb is, this O-ring, comes off with the oil filter. I have seen where you can replace an oil filter and the ring is still up in the mount, and if you put a new filter up there and tighten up, it will tighten up, but once you fire the vehicle up, it's going to have a enormous leak, so you don't want that to happen. All right, we're going to go back here to our oil plug. I can so we'll be a little snug. You're gonna take it loose non-clockwise, non-counterclockwise. Make sure your bucket is lined up perfectly. Sometimes you can do that and still make a mess, believe me. I've done it many times. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that drain. And we're gonna put back in 6 quarts of synthetic blend 5W20. That's the recommended oil, and that's what you want to go back with. Do not use anything else other than that. Okay, this is the filter that you will be using. And this is the oil that is recommended. Okay, we're gonna and what I like to do, especially with a filter that screws right up and not sideways, I like to just go ahead and just try to top it off as much as possible. Okay, we just screw the filter right back up there, and make sure you don't cross thread the filter. Just let it go on easy. I like to get a rag and just make sure that it's on there good and clean at the same time. Okay, like I say, just tighten it back on with your hand. Now, any filter that's larger than this, I would recommend, well, you probably need a filter wrench to get it off with. And just make sure it's tightened on real well with your hand. All right, we're gonna put the plug back on, and notice that it has, I like to always look at the O-ring to make sure it's in pretty good shape, and this one is. So we're just gonna screw it back into place. All right, turn it clockwise. Get my ratchet here, and as you can see how much oil we actually got out of her. Okay, just want to tighten it, not too tight, just tighten it, and that should do it. And we want to wipe off the plug, and there you go. All right, now we're back on top of the engine, and we're just gonna take off our, I gotta have it a wiping around the filler cap. Let's take it off, put it where we won't lose it. Get a funnel, and we want to put 6 quarts of oil back in her. Put back in the vehicle. Take off my gloves. I'm gonna fire the vehicle up. Make sure we have no oil in it. All right, everything is clear. Check the engine oil. you have two holes there, and that's what you want. We have the engine oil. It's right up to the top hole here, the level line, and make sure you never fill over that line. If you have too much engine oil in the engine, you can actually blow a seal. And I have seen many vehicles start to leak because people, they overfill them. And they put too much engine oil in the engine and cause a seal to leak. And you do not want to replace a rear main oil seal. So now you know what all there is to know about changing your oil. So don't be afraid to change your own oil. It's just that easy. Listen, I want to thank all of those who have subscribed to my channel. And for those who have not, what are you waiting on? Listen, this channel is basically for restoration and to inspire those that is dreaming to do it, because everyone can do it. It is to help those to repair the vehicles, anything that you, just simple things that can help save you money. That's what this channel is for. All right, thank you for watching.